Hello everyone, I'm El.
And I'm Vicky.
And welcome back to the Littlewood family. So, this is the start of our down south road trip journey, if you can call it that. But unfortunately, we are one person down.
Yeah. Little Layla.
Do you care to explain?
So basically, 2 days ago, she weren't very well. She had DMV, which means we didn't want to bring her while she was very, very poorly. With that, basically, it's not great coming down here 4.5 hours with a sick child.
No, and then being out every day, all day. Well, the weather's meant to be nice, but it's probably going to still be quite cold on her side.
Yeah,
so.
and with her being in a pram as well, she's not moving, so she's not going to be doing much, which means she's going to get cold very, very quickly.
So you will see that she's not here this week, so we can't even do a week in the life now, really, because that was going to be dedicated to her.
Yeah.
So it'll just be the usual vlogs now. So it'll just be like the old school way. So in a sense, we've gone back in time.
In a sense.
To the old us again for this week.
Yeah.
But
just up until Friday, though. We're getting her back on Friday.
Yeah, we nearly didn't come ourselves.
Yeah,
but it's my grandma insisted we still go. So we thought.
We'd have been money down if not. Anyway,
yeah. So we just thought, well, all right then. As long as you're sure, we will still go and have as much of a good time as we
possible.
Can. Yeah. But you're probably wondering where we're going. So we are heading to Brighton for the first time this time.
Yeah. So
we usually put a coastal video or a coastal trip in these down south vlogs now anyway, don't we? Yeah. So obviously last year we went to Southend, the year before that we went to Bournemouth. If you haven't checked all them out, do go out and check them. They're obviously on the channel.
A year ago.
Yeah.
Or 2 years ago.
But yeah, today we are going to visit Brighton, see what Brighton has to offer. A lot of people says it's a nice place to visit, so we're hoping people are right. And obviously this is the first vlog of many, so you will see vlogs after this on other days, sorry. So the day after each one's.
Yeah. So
we'll have a 4-part one for you this time. And Vicky will be able to go on Pier for the first time as well. She's not pregnant now, obviously. And then we'll have vlogs from Whipsnade Zoo, Legoland and the Space Museum.
Yeah.
So we definitely have 3 new vlogs for you out of the 5.
Yeah.
And then the other ones are just the usual.
The usual.
But enough of us yabbling on. Yeah. Well, we'll see you when we are
in Brighton.
seen clips of us on the pier with rides and everything, and now we're going to tell you if it's worth it.
I think it is.
I think so too. You might have even seen and got your own thoughts about it and thought, yeah, it is worth it. But yeah, it's £2 to come on.
Yeah, £2 per person.
And I don't think that's bad for what's on here.
To be honest, it isn't, because you've got your rides, you've got your arcades, you know, you've got quite a lot of stuff in here.
One problem I do have though, the souvenir shops are expensive. On the pier anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
We were looking at magnets, because we always take magnets up. 3 for like £5 or 3 for £6 on the seafront. On here they're 3 for £11. It's like I can buy 6
for the same sort of
for
price.
£1 more.
Yeah,
Or
it's just
50p.
ridiculous, isn't it?
I've never seen I've never seen magnets that expensive. So that's the only negative I have.
It's
Everything
absolutely
else,
daft.
everything else is a positive. Because we're on our way back now to the seafront, we're gonna see if we can go to Sea Life.
Yeah.
We have forgotten the mailing passes, but she's got photos on her phone, so fingers crossed they work. If you see footage of Sea Life, you know we got in.
Yeah.
If you don't see footage of Sea Life,
You know we didn't.
yeah. So even though all sea lives are near enough the same, it's nice to go in a different one that we've not been in before.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we hope we can go
London's
in.
was slightly different.
It was, yeah.
So you never know. It could be slightly different. It could be totally different. We don't know. We've not been in it.
It's one nice thing to find out. But enjoy more scenic views of Brighton, and we're going to try and get some drone footage as well, hopefully.
Yeah.
Depending on if we can get the drone over to the seafront because of where we're parked.
Yeah.
Because there's no point in us going back and getting it and then walking all the way back, because it's quite like nearly a 20-minute walk. So
Well, it's 15-minute walk, isn't it?
I want far off
Yeah.
Laura then. So if we can get the drone's range over to the seafront or see as much as we can,
We
then,
should be able to, because it's got quite a far range anyway.
yeah, I'm hoping so. It's just the tall buildings and making sure it's at signal range.
Yeah.
But yeah, enjoy the sights we give you of Brighton.
As you have just seen, we did manage to get into Sea Life.
All they needed to do was scan it, and they
Yeah.
can scan it even through the phone. So it's like having a digital copy. But I even said to you they should do a digital copy of it anyway, I think. Because
They
the
should
amount of
do,
times
yeah.
we're forgetting our passes. is ridiculous.
I do forget them quite a lot, and now especially baby brain.
Oh, will you stop using that as an excuse?
No,
She's never going to stop
it's
now with that.
so bad. My brain just forgets things. But yeah, we did manage to get into sea life. It was actually different, wasn't it?
It was
Set
different. There were a
out
few different
like.
stuff, yeah. And that's what I like to see.
Yeah, it was very. It was actually very different considering like the other ones that we did and we have seen in the past, like London and Blackpool. They were like more the traditional ones, whereas
That's the oldest aquarium apparently as well.
yeah, and with it being right on seafront where Brighton Pier is as well, and it's more set out to be a bit themed like Brighton Pier.
Yeah, I thought it was really nice.
But it is, you know, it is different, and they've got a hell of a lot of rescues in there. So they've got like turtle rescues, what else?
Endangered baby
yeah,
ones and stuff.
and
It's-
different ones really. But it is a good cause. I mean, if you can actually get there and donate, it is, you know, it does help towards
And your belugas.
the animals
Obviously, they're
and the
not there, but
beluga
your
whales.
belugas.
But yeah, but that's just sea life in general.
Yeah. So we're going to get a bit more of the from, aren't we, as we
Yeah.
start heading back now. That's basically what we're doing now, is we're going to start heading back to the car.
Yeah.
But we'll get a few more clips of Brighton,
Yeah.
and then hopefully then get some drone footage when we do get back to the car.
Yeah. So, what you will have seen is around Brighton.
Aye, inside and out of the pier. Sea life.
Yep.
And we did manage to get a little bit of drone footage. Not much, just mainly of the pier and a little bit around it, because we tried to go a bit further forward. It lost signal. It was getting... No, it didn't lose signal, sorry.
was weak.
It was weak. And for the sake of it, it was like 600 metres away from us. And there's a lot of tall buildings. It can go up to nearly 1,500 feet.
Yeah.
Meters, sorry. Ahead. But
If
that's
there's
without...
not many tall buildings.
Yeah, so there's a lot of signal blockage. So we got what we could, and we wasn't walking an extra 20 minutes back to the front
No.
when it took us literally 2 minutes to fly it to the front.
Yeah. And not only that, it's a long walk.
Do you know what's quite annoying though?
What?
Because we just flew it straight to the front.
Yeah.
If we could just jump over all the buildings, we'd have been at the front within 5 minutes.
Yeah, but you can't just jump over buildings.
I know, that's why I said it's annoying. But all in all, it's been a really nice day. The weather's been beautiful.
It has been, yeah.
I've enjoyed my day in Brighton. Would we recommend you visiting? 100% if you've never been.
I wouldn't recommend the journey back.
Oh come on, no, that can be brought into it in a minute, but come on. You can't take away...
No, to be honest, it was a very, very, very good day.
Yeah.
Just a nightmare on the way back.
But that's just unfortunate that wrong place, wrong time, something just happened, that's all. That isn't going to be all the time. So
No.
please don't scare people off.
No, like, to be honest, it is Easter break, so there is quite a lot of cars anyway.
But before you get off the subject of would you recommend people to visit?
Yes,
I would. As well. Because it's a really nice day out. It seems like there's a lot to do. Would we go back? Definitely.
Yeah, we would.
So, yeah, I'm glad we picked that this year. It was really nice.
Yeah. Better than... would you say it was better than Bournemouth and Southport?
Southport?
Not Southport.
Southport's near Blackpool.
You know what I mean.
Southend.
Southend.
I think they're all good in their own ways. I think they're all nice, good day outs. Southend would be nice to experience again on a day like it was today. Because we experienced Bournemouth like that. We've experienced Brighton like that. It were a bit dull and drab on the day we went to Southend. So we didn't really experience it on a really lovely day.
Yeah.
So I'd like to experience Southend on a lovely day. And not get shivers walking down the pier at Southend.
To be honest, right, going onto the pier today, Brighton, it is £2 to go on.
It's worth it.
It's well worth it.
Because we did mention it earlier in this video anyway.
But you also get like a little voucher type ticket thing, where you get £1 off of either a main meal, an ice cream, or a ride.
But obviously, well, people will already know this. People that live in Brighton get to go on the pier for free.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't really need to say that because people who live there will already know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, 100% would go back again. Enjoyed it. Yes, the journey back was a nightmare. We should have got back in an hour and a half. We got back in 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
So we was due back at 6:10. We got back at 8:05.
And that wasn't even to the hotel.
No, that was to Toby Carvery, which we were supposed to have our tea there. But we was 5 minutes late to the last table booking. But the lovely manager there has said we can go back Wednesday and get a free carvery. So we only have to pay for one.
Yummy, yummy in my tummy.
So we're definitely going to do that.
Definitely.
So we had to resort to McDonald's again.
But we had some fresh chicken nuggets.
We did.
So that was alright.
You can't beat McDonald's chicken nuggets. But no, all in all, it's been a really good day. 100% recommend. And we'll 100% go back.
Definitely.
So do you want to wrap the video up before you tell them where they will see us tomorrow?
So guys, don't forget to hit that like button, share, subscribe, and we will see you guys tomorrow at
Fort Park, where Vicky is going to finally experience Hyperia.
Now that I'm not pregnant. Bye.
Bye.